Hi, do you want to build Blazor Tabs component from scratch without any third-party library or JavaScript or Bootstrap? So in this video, I'll show you how to. So we will create a custom tabs component in Blazor from scratch with pure CSS only and no JavaScript or third-party library. So this is what we will build. A tabs component, custom component, which has text and icon, which we can click on any items and then it selects, and we can bind the selected value, and then it shows the hover effect also. And these items are dynamic. We have a list of those items, and we can bind those items to our custom component, and rest of the things will be taken care automatically by our custom components. So we can change the colors also, the hover color, the underline color easily into the CSS. So it has only minimal and only required CSS, C# code, and the HTML. So let's start. So we will create tabs component. For this, I will create a new folder, like we can call it navigation, and create a new razor component. We can call it tabs, and then corresponding CS file, class file. So tabs.razor.cs. We also need the style sheet also for this component, and then we will add that as well. So style sheet tabs.razor.css. Okay, so we have three files now: the HTML file, the code file, and the style sheet. So let me create the partial. So here we will design our tabs component. So let's write down some HTML, basic HTML. So we'll have a div which will be a container of our full component, and then we will use an ordered list, and then let's have some items like home, and then we can have products, and then another one, maybe support. Okay, so we have three items, and then so let's try it out. How does it look? Over here I'll say tabs. So let's shorten this using, okay, and then also the render mode, interactive server. Okay, so this is the tab. So let's execute and see how does it look. So yeah, we have the list over there, but this direction is vertical, but we want it to be horizontal and doesn't resemble at all the, which looks like a tab or something. So we will write down some CSS to achieve the layout we want it. So let's move on over here, and then first let's have a tabs wrap, the outer one, and then it should have a line below, some border below the tabs. So let's have that border. So say border solid 1px light gray. Okay, and then let's have the class over here. Class equals tabs wrap. Okay, and then for the list Also, like tabs wrap UL. Um, so we don't need any margin or padding into it. So we can say margin 0, padding also 0, padding, padding, okay, 0. And then let's see the hot reload. So let me to execute again. Doesn't hold that. So border is that. So we don't need border, but on the bottom, first thing, we need the bottom border, and then we have to supply that as tabs wrap. So this is tabs wrap, and then this. And then also to the items. So tabs wrap list items. So we want them adjacent from left to right. So we can say display in one-line block, and they should have some padding also. I mean, there's a difference between them. So we can say padding top and bottom as well. So maybe 4 pixels, and then uh, left and right 5 gram. You can adjust it according to your requirement. So this is how we have. So let's restart and then see how does it look. Yeah, it has. It shows the horizontal, and then we have a nice border also which goes across left to right, and then they have some margins also between items. And then now we need to create some hover effect also. So as I move my cursor on items, they should have a different background color. So which is very easy. So I will create this items again, and then hover. I would say background color should be maybe we can say some very lighter color of, okay. And then they should also have the cursor pointer so that we know that something is clickable, okay. So let us see. We'll restart again. Okay, perfect. Now it shows the background color. We can adjust that color later on also according to the aesthetics, but it shows. So once we hover our cursor over there, and then it works. And one thing more, I want to show the selected tab with some different CSS. So it should have the bottom border below that item if some item is selected. So what I will do, I will have one more CSS which will work selected, and then it should have border bottom one, okay, 2px because it should be thicker, 2 solid 2px, maybe red, okay. So if some item is selected, it should show a border of 2 pixels to the bottom. So if I make this, for instance, the home mode, maybe the product class equals selected. So then let us see what it does. Yeah, it shows. So it shows the product one is selected and the others not. But if I click on one of them, nothing happens actually. So we will do it in a while. But aesthetically, we want our tabs component to look like the way we are looking at. So it seems fine to us. And then now there are certain improvements definitely we need. One is that when we don't want these items to be fixed, they should be dynamic. So we need not to come to the component each time to alter these items and all that. And then what we will do, we'll supply these items from the parent page to the component, and the component will draw these items automatically. So for that, we need a class tab which will have all the settings for a particular tab item. So for this, let's create a new folder. Let's create a new folder. We call it models, and then we'll have one class into it. Add class, maybe tab. Yeah, tab. So apart from different properties, it should have at least string text. So text to be shown for the particular tab. This is sufficient for now, but I think so we should also have one key property also, which could be different from the text, and then which could be GUID also or something else. So let's have that key also and the text also. So now we have the tab, and we should receive this as a parameter from the parent component. So we need to write down parameter into our custom component. So public list, okay, the tab, and then we can call it items. Okay, so let's add the model also. So this will hold everything. So now we have a list, and instead of hard coding over here, why should not we look through the items and draw them over there? So we can say for each item in items, okay, and then draw the list items, whatever is in the list. So instead of the hard coding home over here, I will say item dot item. Oh, no, sorry, something is typo over here. Yeah, for each var. Okay, so over here item dot text. Okay, so we don't need this all at all now. Okay, all right. So it will draw the items of it. Then we can check them for null as well for the safety. We can say that if items is not null, only then, because there could be a possibility. Okay, so if the item is not null, it will call this loop and then draw the items, whatever is text we set over there. So over here we have done the arrangements. Now we come to the page. We could have a code behind a separate CSS file, but we are just demoing, so it's okay. So private list of you can say tab, and then items. Okay, so let's have that namespace added. Okay, so we will initialize these. Protected overwrite void on initialized. Over here we can say items equals, make it into the short actually, items equals new, a new tab, and text equals home. Okay, so we can copy that down so that more items. Definitely we need key also. Key could be home. Okay, yeah, looks good. So let's have two more. Okay, this should be products, this text, and this one support. Okay, yeah, and then we need to supply these items to our custom component over here. So items equals items. Okay, so let us see that what it does. Yeah, it shows here. They are dynamic now, no more hard coded. So whatever we supply, it just shows over there. And then now one thing more actually. Earlier it was having us selected into that one, but right now it doesn't have. So we need to bind the selected item also for this our custom component, so that we can select the items, and then if the user clicks on any of the options into the tab, so it should respond back to the page. So for that, we need to have another property, another parameter, um, parameter. So public string selected tab. Okay, so it will have a key value whatever tab is selected, and then so we can set that one also, so whatever is there. So now I can say I will have a variable also over here, private string selected tab, and let me say that initially it um, had the home tab selected, the first one. So I will say over here selected tab equals selected tab. Okay, so now we are sending the selected tab the home, and then when we draw these items, so if the particular item or the tab is selected, we should draw it selected, and then remember that we have the selected class also over here, so we will apply that class conditionally. So I can take decision over here, class equals, I would say if item dot key equals selected tab, then you should apply the class selected, otherwise don't do anything. It's okay, otherwise don't do anything. Okay, otherwise don't do anything, but if it is that, so now let us see that what it does. It should show the first tab home underlined as if it is selected with the red border. So it shows, it shows, and then it shows the hover also nicely. So this is good, it's working, we have bound that one. So once we click on another item, that item should be selected first thing, and then as we select a different tab, the parent page should be notified for that one. So we have a two-way binding. For the two-way binding, we'll have some event callback. Very easy, not so difficult. Event callback, which will return the key, the current key of the tab to the page, the parent. Get set. No. So we need to name it also. Selected tab. See, changed. So now, so these two are associated actually. So this is the property and this one is the callback. So they match with that one because it's a selected tab and this one is selected tab, and that changed also, which makes it a two-way ready for two-way binding. Okay. So now I have to capture when the user clicks on the tab. So I need to write click event. So I can say on click. Um, so on click, call a method select tab, but which one? The current one, item. So whenever I click on any of the item, this function will be called, and then I'm sending the parameter for the particular tab. So all the tab class will be sent to the selected tab. So we have to write down this function as well. That one, select tab, actually not the selected one. Select tab. Okay. So over here, private void select tab, and then it will receive tab as a um, tab. Okay. So now I have to update my selected tab. This one, this property. over here I would say selected tab equals tab.key and also notify the parent. So this one, so event callback. So I will say selected tab changed dot invoke async with selected tab. Okay, so it will notify over there. Okay, but over here now uh, I cannot do this because it's a one-way binding. It's sending the selected tab to the component but not receiving it back. So I have to use bind it. So bind. So now it's a two-way. Now it's a two-way binding. And then so whatever is that one, it initializes with the home, and then whenever I click on the on a given tab, it will send the selected tab value back to the parent over here. And then we can display also somewhere over here that um, maybe maybe somewhere okay over here. Mm, we can have a div element actually. You can say selected tab. Okay, just for demo we'll remove it. So let us see. Yeah, it shows. So it shows home initially. So if I click on product, it shows the product and it's post. Very good. Nice. Because it's responding back, and then we have the updated selected tab back into the parent. So this is working perfectly. We can increase or decrease the margins between them and then do some different colors instead of red, maybe which is consistent to your aesthetics and then all that. So we can do very easily. Um, One more enhancement to this tab is we can add some icon also along with the text. So it's very easy, not so difficult. So let's do that quickly. And then we need to extend this tab class to have the icon property also. So we can say the icon, and then the icon property will hold the icons which we can display along with the text, to the to into our custom component. So now we will send these settings for the icon from our home. So after that I can say icon, we'll use Bootstrap icons. So you can use any one of your choice, but logic remains same. So bi no, I think this is a house. We'll check it out. So and then home, and then products we'll use basket, and then over here we'll use um, maybe telephone or telephone. Yeah, now we are sending them, but we need to do some arrangements into our custom component so that it can show the icon along with the text. So over here we can have um, no, okay, we want to display, and then definitely the class should be the icon. So I can say item dot icon. Okay, so let us see that. How does it look? Yeah, it shows. Wonderful. It shows the icon, but we need some margins between them, and then otherwise it shows nicely over there. So, but doesn't underline them because the icon is not yet the part of that one. Why? Because we need to wrap the icon and the text maybe into some span component so that it becomes a composite section of the tab. So we'll do this right now. span, yeah, good, seems fine. And then it should do. Let's stop this. Let me reopen this file actually so that it refreshes. um, Navigation, yeah, yeah, good. So span, what's wrong with this? It's okay, but you can use div also, no problem. um, so let us see that. Span, ah uh, oh, all right. What could be the wrong? Why it's saying it's too div instead actually? Maybe I'm not sure what's happening. Why it's crying? Oh yeah. I'm sorry actually. Yeah, my mistake actually. Because span should work actually. Um, we cannot have it actually. It should be all into the li. Not over here. So just my mistake actually. So this one is that. This one is a li. So over here we need to nest it. It's my bad. We need to, and then this one is a icon. Okay, and this one is the text. We need to our span over here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, so this is a composite section. So each line item will have an icon and the text. Okay, let us see. Oh my god, no, yeah, it's good now because now it shows the underline below the text and the icon also. We need to give a bit margin between them. So um, let's give this margin um, to the icon itself actually. Because why icon? Because some of the items may not have the margin, but if we give it to the text, so it will have the margin always. So we can say I. There are different ways you can do that one. 4px, yeah, okay, 4px. So it will show the margin between them over here. Okay, otherwise it's good. It's working fine, right? Yeah, and then the margin as well between them. So you can have a margin also list and then adjust them according to your need, but it's good. Um, this is good actually. It works the way we want it to be. It has icons, everything, and then it has a text as well. Now it's a red color, but definitely we want it to be a different color, the primary color of our theme. So, so it's better to have that settings into a global CSS file over here. Might be you can say um, primary color. Um, you can say blue. Okay, so blue. Um, okay, and then we'll use this. We'll use this instead for the underline instead of red. Okay, so we'll use this color instead. Doesn't, we need to restart our. Yeah, it shows. So whenever you want to change the aesthetics of this custom component, you just need to change the primary color into the CS file. It can be red, it can be green, it can be orange or whatever. And also as a trick, you can have one secondary color also, just as a trick, which is same as primary color, but it's slightly opaque. Maybe to because the idea is that, well, let's have only primary or secondary colors and some grays and black and white and play around with all those colors, and then we can have some consistent UI local, because using too many colors complicates and then doesn't look nice. So just one primary color and then secondary color, definitely the faded one from the primary color, and these two colors and shades of gray, black and white, that's it. So it has that. So we'll use secondary color instead once we hover, not the gray or something. So over here, um, over here we'll use secondary color. Yeah, it shows. It shows. Wonderful, wonderful. It shows. And then you can change also. You can also change the right now. If you want it something green, you can say uh, green. Uh, okay, okay. Now we were green, so it will be consistent to green now. Two colors only, one primary and one secondary. See, it shows that one. Okay, so it works perfectly with icons and all that. And then you can capture this item over here to show the contents down there with conditionally. So you can say that if the key is that one, show this contents over there as the keys product, show different contents over there. If the support is there, show different contents over there, and then all that stuff. Um, so as an improvement, you can have some rounded borders over there, over here, the rounded borders and all that, if you want it to be. So um, you can improve the CSS, the ally, this thing. Um, no, need not to have a copy. We can do in the same section. So you can say border top left. Yeah, radius 4px, and then the border top right. Right. Okay. 4px. Just top left and right. Down one is okay. Yeah, it shows. It shows. Okay. Yeah. So we have a nice workable tabs component with the icon and the text with the minimal CSS and no use of JavaScript, no third-party components, no Bootstrap. And then if you want something very quick, which really works, and then it behaves the way you want it to be, and then all that. So definitely you can develop your own tabs component from scratch and use it into your applications and give it the color schemes of your choice. Um, so all that. Um, so that's it for now. In the next videos, I will continue developing more components from scratch into the navigation sections. We can have some different components which are again which only uses the Blazor CSS, no JavaScript at all, or the third-party libraries. For the icons, definitely we have used the Bootstrap, but this was the way only we could continue. So just use the icons only, but nothing else. So if you look at the code, it's very clean and very easy to understand. Just we have the needed one properties over there, and then um, we can extend it also anytime. So for instance, if you want to add more options to this, like you can say um, help, and then um, help also you can, and then you can change the continue this icon as well for the new items, and then let us see that it will accommodate more options without even needing to change the custom component. See, okay, and then definitely you can play around with colors as well. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching it. If you like this video, then give a thumbs up and subscribe my channel for more videos. Thanks. Thank you.